Well, listeners, let me tell you what's on my mind this morning.
What could be on your mind?
It's the same thing that's on many
Everybody's
people
mind.
in Jamaica's minds this morning. As you saw, it was the top trending issue yesterday, Bishop Dr. Gary Welsh. And, I actually feel like a little bit sorry for him. Like, I have some sympathy for him because I do feel like he meant well. Like, he had good intentions. Because clearly he is somebody who wanted to make a difference.
Yes.
Yeah. And he had ideas that he thought would make a difference. But these just were not it. And going from one extreme to the next, from first offering a chance for an apology and all of that, to then turning around and saying no discretion, it was just a little bit schizophrenic. So kudos to the police high command for moving very swiftly to remove and replace him, because clearly he was not the man for the job. And that axe was swift. Like, I can't recall seeing a swifter axe come down in recent times. Like, same day, the comments were made public, and same day he was, relieved of the post, and by evening, another person was announced as his replacement. Like I was saying earlier, before 8 o'clock, we had an official announcement of Welsh's replacement, ACP Dr. Kevin Blake, who I understand has, we're familiar with his name, at least us in the media, us in the industry. He has quite a bit of experience. He was actually instrumental in the design of PSTEB. And prior to going to PSTEB, he served as the head of Areas 3 and 4 and also the Planning, Research and Development branch. So someone with lots of accolades to his name. And based on his interview with Nationwide at 5 last evening, he sounds like a reasonable and practical man. So let's see what ACP Blake brings to the table, because ACP Allen has big shoes to fill. I think he did a good job in his tenure as the head of PSTEB, Calvin Allen. So both ACP Blake, the new head of PSTEB, and Emil Laiba, the Bar Association president, spoke about this discretion issue that ACP Welsh was speaking about. Let's play back that clip from ACP Welsh.
On September 1, we will begin with a church service, thanking God for the existence of our branch for the last year. PSTEB is a year old. When we leave church, we're going to leave discretion at the altar. And we're going to police, according to the commissioner, to the full extent that the law will allow. The law says when a constable stops you for an infraction, you will remain stationary until he is through.
If you can see me right now, this is I'm doing a face palm. Like, or the monkey in the the emojis that's covering its face. It's like these bites just don't get old though. Like, I've listened to these clips about 10 times between our newscasts and TV news last evening, and listening back to them this morning, and also just for my entertainment. It just doesn't get old. So let's play the one where he talks about the customer service centers.
But I have a divine revelation. As of September 1, we are going to set up customer service centers, especially in Kingston, for our customers who run afoul of the Road Traffic Act. You will not be pulled over on the highway or in the narrow corridors. You'll be taken off the road. The first place we've identified as Police Officers Club, where you will go through the same procedure you go through when you go for a visa at the U.S. Embassy or when you go to the bank.
So that's where it started getting really tricky. Like everybody started going like,
Now serving customer 165.
It just sounds extremely impractical. And I'm very glad that the Police High Commission put out a statement almost immediately saying, listen, no need to worry. There's absolutely nothing like this coming. Because it did have me wondering for a second, well, is it that These proposals were something being contemplated by the JCF, just that ACP Welsh was premature in putting them out and announcing them and saying that they would start next week, September 1. Was he just premature and there were discussions held at this level and maybe they were contemplating something to this effect? Police High Command was very swift in saying, nope, nothing no so. We don't know what you're talking about. Because in assessing the proposal, it just sounds extremely impractical for both the police and for drivers. It would waste time and reduce people's productivity. So you first have to wonder, will the police be escorting each driver to the Police Officers Association? How is that going to work? So he said that they're not going to be pulling people over in the narrow corridors and on the highways. So if you're on the highway, they're going to drive you all the way to the Police Officers Association, ignoring other traffic infractions while they're escorting you all the way to the Police Officers Association. So resulting in the police being unable to ticket as many traffic infractions or prosecute as many traffic infractions and making less of a difference on the road. So sacrificing the many for this one particular infraction. Because I can testify, P-STEB's simple presence on the road is often a deterrent to crime. So that whole concept of wearing the bright neon
high visibility,
I can tell you that makes a difference. Because as soon as you see that bright neon vest, you reconsider running that red light or making that illegal turn. You're like, oh, P-STEB.
Do you consider running red lights?
I'm speaking on behalf of people. So I've heard. And then the last clip from Bishop Welsh talked about the switch from ticketing to summonses.
Since the numbers on the traffic ticketing system seems to be mounting up, we're going to switch focus and start using the 18 summons. What's an 18 summons? It removes the option for you to go pay. You go straight to court. And we are going to work with the courts to get the warrants out much faster.
Also, just highly impractical. So you're going to reduce one problem, which you see too many outstanding tickets, by exacerbating another one, filling up the courts with minor traffic offenses. I don't see how on earth that makes any sense. And if your objective is to find those people who have many outstanding tickets, who have outstanding warrants, who have, what else did he say? Child support payments. And if you're a member of a gang, I think he also said as well. If your objective is that, then that can be solved with technology rather than taking everybody, every single person for every single little thing to court. That can be solved with technology. So have the police scan the license plate or the driver's license and find out that way. You don't have to take somebody, haul them off to wherever to find that out. Improve the technology of the constabulary. So there are just so many things that were problematic with the proposals that ACP Welsh, well, according to him, they were more than proposals. He was planning to start this on September 1 with the things that ACP Welsh was planning to do. So many problems with them. So kudos to the Police High Command for moving very swiftly in removing and replacing him. He was not the right person for the job. And take this as a learning experience.
A teachable moment.
Was he given a chance to apologize? Will he be used in public relation campaigns? I'm sorry. That's what's on my mind.